Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Hafa-day Tirawami and good evening Commonwealth. Welcome to another edition of our special Pacific Mini Games coverage. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. 5 more sports began today on day 4 of the games. Va'a starts with men's and women's 500-meter sprints in the Marianas Lagoon. Beach volleyball hits the shores of Saipan with a strong start by the men's team. Also, we bring you the start of badminton, weightlifting, and triathlon. Stay tuned for all these stories and more.
Northern Marianas, rise up to the challenge! June 17th through June 25th, the Northern Marianas will be hosting the NM Pacific Mini Games 2022. Athletics, badminton, baseball, beach volleyball, golf, tennis, triathlon, va'a, and weightlifting. Visit northernmarianas2022.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks to the Tensulin Foundation, Joe Tendai Foundation, T Galleria, Docomo Pacific, ITNE, NMC, Elan Group, Marpac, Fish Sky Scuba Charter, Atkins Kroll, Glorified City Limit, McDonald's, Mobile, Triple J, NM Tech, and Bank of Guam.
Sipping on a delicious drink from McDonald's may have you thinking, what makes these drinks just hit different? Don't overthink it. Just enjoy it. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Cool off this summer with McDonald's Minute Maid Slushies. Try the new Tropical Mango or returning favorite, Strawberry Watermelon, for a limited time.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Va'a men and women athletes were off for the races this morning, starting with the V1 and V12 500-meter sprints. Prior to hitting the water, a traditional blessing was performed by Master Navigator Cecilio. Feeling blessed and coming out on top in the final heat for the V1 men's 500-meter race was New Caledonia's Albert Manquet.
Que du bonheur. Rien d'autre à dire, c'est la première médaille pour la Calédonie aux Jeux du Pacifique, au mini-jeux. Et bah voilà, le résultat, ça a été tous les sacrifices jusqu'ici.
Feels really good. This is the first gold medal for the Caledonia, so yeah, feel really good and all the training are paid.
It was a big day for New Caledonia as Albert and his team also placed first in the V12 500-meter sprint.
It was really cool. The paddlers are all in the same paddling, you know, so paddling cross, and yeah, it was really good feeling, so just enjoy now.
Both were close races as Tahiti only trailed behind by 1 second. Here, Ramona Flores Nina says he believes it was his start that set him off. but he managed to push through and take second in the V1 500-meter sprint.
Oh, it was hard, huh? Hard, but in the start, I make a very bad start, but I come back in the middle. But after when I come back, I make too much energy to come back, and for the finish line was hard though. So it's like that. I accept my congratulations to the Caledonia.
As for the Tahiti women, they took gold. Hinata Bernardino placing first in the V1 500-meter race.
The first hit, I just don't know my level compared to the others, so I'm just trying to do more than in the final, because as I explained to all my selection, I'm not here for only my one man, my V1. I'm here for all the girls. So if I saw on my final that I got, I'm okay, and I just slow down, because my goal is to go now with my team and get the other medals.
As Bernardino mentioned, once she noticed she was ahead, she slowed down, and that was to save energy for the final V12 team sprint, which Tahiti came out on top for, taking another gold medal home. Behind Bernardino in the single race was Fiji's Illinois Vatiti, who was feeling all the emotions after crossing the finish line. She was joined by her team manager, Anton Chung.
She's a bit emotional at the moment, but it's been a long 6 months coming out of
I don't think
COVID.
I deserve to talk, because behind this achievement is like a lot of people. So I'm just out here representing them. I'm so sorry.
You're okay. It's a very emotional moment. I completely understand. And you did represent your country very well out there. I'm sure they're very proud of you.
Yeah, we're definitely proud of her. She did her best. She fought till the end, which is what we can only ask for.
And the fight continues as the Va'a athletes will return tomorrow, June 21st, for the V6 1500-meter race. Reporting for KSPN2 News, I'm Adriana Cotero.
Men and women's beach volleyball kicks off today at the Crown Plaza Resort.
Looks like we are going to get started, folks. 11 countries being represented here today.
The NMI's Andrew Johnson and Logan Mister won 2 out of 3 sets to take the win against the Solomon Islands.
It went pretty well. We didn't know what to expect because we haven't really seen the Solomon Islands team play before. But overall, we held our own, and it was hot. It was 12, noon, the hottest it can be on island. So we were able to battle through it and got the win.
Logan, how about you? How are you feeling?
There were definitely a few bumps in the road, but I'm just happy to get the win.
My name is Junior Hunter, and I'm from Solomon Island.
My name is Tam Teriba. I'm from Solomon Island also.
And you guys just played your first game against the NMI. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's feeling really good, and it's our first time to play under the sun.
Here we go.
It's a little bit difficult, but we work on our failures and look forward for the next game.
And what's your goal for the games?
To win. That's it.
For the NMI's women's team, Kathy Winkfield and Charnessa Lizama put up a good fight against Vanuatu and say they're glad to have the first game out of the way.
We were really nervous in the beginning, and getting that first game started just kind of got all those butterflies out, and so now it's just like, okay, now on to the next game.
Had to get those butterflies out first. And what about you? How do you feel about how you played?
I feel really good. It's Vanuatu. Where do you get that opportunity? And I'm really proud of my partner. We were just like, let's just get ready for anything. So I feel really good.
What do you think of your opponents at Vanuatu?
They're amazing. And it's really good for both me and her because we're also learning as we play, but it also challenges us a lot. So we're very grateful that we get to challenge them.
My full name is Majabelawa, and I play for Vanuatu. And I'm Team 2.
My name is Lodicho. I play from Vanuatu. We are feeling happy today when we won our first match.
We are excited to play, yes, and it's the first match, so yeah, we'll keep the quality of our game to the next matches.
New Caledonia faces off against Vanuatu and wins the first 2 sets.
My name is Stefano Banga and I'm from Vanuatu.
My name is James Tilia. I'm from Vanuatu.
They say playing in the CNMI has some challenges.
Like the weather, the sun, because the sun is so quite hot. We play first. We are bit nervous. In fact, we want to both set. We're happy.
The New Caledonia team says they made a few mistakes during their sets against Vanuatu, but it is their first game and they still have hopes for a medal.
Loïc.
And who do you play for?
Tu vas?
Quel pays tu joues?
New Caledonia.
Jonathan Taupulu.
And who do you play for?
New Caledonia. For us, maybe we did many faults. With many faults in the game. We give the ball for the game for Vanuatu.
What's your goal for the Pacific Mini Games? What do you guys want to do here?
We want to take 1 medal.
The women's team from Wallis and Fortuna came out on top against Guam.
My name is Gladys Presense and I play in Dubai.
And for you?
My name is Tekela Fiefialot. I play in France. It was kind of stressing because it's the first game and Guam, we didn't know how is the level, so yeah.
And so of course you won. How does that feel?
I'm happy. Yes, I'm very happy.
And what is your goal for the games?
To be in the top 4.
Kendra Bird and Christian Serrano from Guam are staying positive.
I think we went pretty well. We're trying to figure out like the things that we need to adjust for throughout the tournament. So I think it was a really good first game.
And what is your goal for the games overall?
To push hard, play our best, obviously, try to win, beat the teams, and just play our best. Make sure we push them, they push us.
What do you think of the competition out there?
Man, aside from just like the venue of where it's at, like I never get to play on a beach. So first of all, that's great. And the teams, like they're all really friendly. It's great to know that when we get on court, like we're all here to compete. We all have the same like mindset about it. So it's good to have the competition and also be at a beautiful place at the same time.
The NMI men's team came back with another win in the afternoon, beating out Tahiti after 2 sets.
That first game, Andrew really got a hold of some jump serves and got a few points on the board pretty early and got us up. And was putting up some great sets for Logan just to drill. So it worked out great.
Team Tahiti says today was a first for them.
I'm from Tahiti. My name is Mari Reiho.
I'm from Tahiti. My name is Jeremy.
How do you guys feel about the game you just finished?
It's very hard for me and my partner because it's the first time we play together.
Oh, really?
Yes. The tournament is the first time for me and my partner, but next game we need to go take the winner.
Coach Tice Mister says he is feeling good at the end of day 1 of play.
I think they were playing really aggressive today and just swinging away and being smart on shots, and yeah, it turned out really well.
The impressive effort by the NMI women's in their second game of the day, this time against the Solomon Islands, wasn't enough to take the win, though support from the faithful NMI supporters never wavered. Fans and players will be out again tomorrow as the men's team continues their battle for the gold, going head-to-head with Team Palau and Team Wallis and Fortuna.
athletes didn't just win medals this afternoon, they also broke records. KSPN takes you into day one of the weightlifting competition. Papua New Guinea's Dika Toya didn't just break records, she smashed them.
Pretty overwhelming. Coming to these games, we knew that we were gonna win, but on top of that, smashing records and and I was a little bit shocked up on the podium because then I was announced, inducted at the International Weightlifting Hall of Fame. So that was a plus.
Session number 1 of the weightlifting competition brought forward women athletes. Dika in the 49 kilograms took the gold for her snatch at a weight of 74 kilos and for her clean and jerk at 96 kilos, making for a total of 170 kilos. Breaking the Oceania record and the Pacific Mini Games record, she will now go down in the International Weightlifting Hall of Fame. 2 records and entered the Hall of Fame and
Yes.
got gold.
Yes.
A lot under your belt.
Yeah. It's all because of hard work and, sacrifice. We leave home to go and train at the Oceania Weightlifting Institute. I have 2 kids whom I live back home in order to prepare in an elite level. So I'm really grateful that I've had that opportunity. And this has been a fantastic competition.
Dika says the mini games is leading up to more tournaments that she plans to compete in.
For the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games.
When's that?
That's in 3 weeks' time, July. I'm really happy that I did those weights, and I know and I'm confident that I have more in me to showcase at the Commonwealth Games.
She tells KSPN she has been competing for more than 20 years and has been to 5 Olympics with plans to continue competing.
Yes, I look forward to 2024 Olympics. Well, I've been to 5 Olympics. So I'm hoping I'll get to this 6th one. It won't be easy, but yes, I'll work towards it. But first and foremost, the Commonwealth Games, and then we've got the Pacific Games in Solomon Islands, and then from there, 2024 Paris.
In the 55 kilos women's category, Solomon Islands' Jenly Winnie also received gold and breaks the Oceania and Pacific Games records. Winnie lifted an 84 kilo snatch. As for the clean and jerk, an outstanding 110 kilos was lifted overhead, adding up to a winning score of 194.
Well, I'm excited, and this is what I'm training for. So this is the first time I compete as a 55. I used to compete as a 59 category, and for the first time in the 55 and breaking this record. It's a big achievement for me, so I'm looking forward for the Commonwealth Games.
It was all claps and cheers in the stands for both ladies, and everyone paid their respects to the gold medalists by honoring their national anthem after the awards ceremony. And the CNMI also has another gold medal to add to the tally, as Raymond Santos placed first in the 55 kilos category. Santos' heaviest snatch recorded at 92 kilos, and his clean and jerk at 125 kilos, a total of 207. The weightlifting competition continues tomorrow, June 21st at 9 a.m. in the Marianas High School Gym. Reporting for KSPN2 News, I'm Adriana Cotero.
Team NMI badminton skills were put to the test today, competing against the top 2 seeds. Also, a newcomer to the court makes a shocking first impression. Our Sally Limes has this story.
The Northern Marianas Pacific Mini Games Badminton Tournament officially began this morning at the Gilbert C. Atta Gymnasium on Saipan. 6 countries, including tournament host Team NMI, is competing in a mixed team event and individual tournament. Northern Marianas Sports Association President Jerry Tan kicked off the morning tournament with a coin toss.
This is one of the 9 sports, and with tennis and baseball underway since last week, it's really exciting to see all the other 7 sports that will be beginning their competition, and badminton is one of the 7 that is having their first competition this morning. And this is really, really exciting. As you can see that we have done some improvement inside the others gym. For the first time, it's fully air-conned, so some of the spectators might want to bring a jacket. But it's really, really exciting to see that the entire Pacific Games is coming together. And so good luck to Team Badminton, Northern Marianas Island.
NMI on the first court, taking on second seeds from Tahiti in the opening game. Tahiti scores 229 points overall, winning all 5 matches. Star player and gold medalist Remy Rossi played in the mixed match and men's double and says the NMI is quite good.
Yeah, they're quite good. Yeah, we had a good opponent, and I wish them all the best for the next matches.
Their strategy is speed.
Our strategy was to play fast and to not lift too much, so we keep having the attack.
Tahiti is entering the tournament as one of the top seeds based on ranking. They are expected to meet New Caledonia in the finals.
We wanted, for myself and ourselves, we wanted to feel comfortable on the court and have some feeling and sensation before next matches, because it will be more tough, and we wanted to play well to feel that.
New Caledonia played Wallace and Fortuna, who are making their international badminton team debut. NCL won 4 matches, while Wallace and Fortuna took the men's single. Guam scored 210 points against the Solomon Islands, winning all 5 matches. Coach Ray Wong says it's their first time to play internationally.
This team is the first time that we played internationally, and competing with other countries is definitely different than we thought. It's very exciting, and sometimes our players play good, sometimes they don't play good, but for us it's all very positive energy that we have.
In the afternoon tournament, top seeds New Caledonia and Tahiti wins all 5 matches with their opponents NMI and Solomon Islands. And the newcomers, Wallace and Fortuna, surprised badminton officials by beating Team Guam 3-2.
Day one's been really good because we've been able to get a look at the teams and some of the players, some of the countries we'd never seen play before. So Wallace and Fortuna in particular, new member to Badminton Oceania. And they had a bit of an upset win this afternoon, beating Guam 3-2, which we certainly didn't expect. So that's added a little bit of extra interest to the tournament. And New Caledonia and Tahiti, our top 2 seeds and expected finalists, they had very easy matches as we expected today.
And what about Team NMI?
Team NMI, well, they had tough ones because they played both Tahiti and New Caledonia today. So I would be hoping on their behalf if they'll win the rest of theirs and be playing off for that bronze medal, and that would be their goal.
Triathlon on Rota is held this morning with a Southern Marianas athlete winning the gold.
Manami Ijima from Guam takes gold today in the triathlon held on Rota. Race consisted of a 750-meter swim, 20-kilometer bike, and a 5-kilometer run. Ijima finished the course in 1 hour and 6 minutes, a little over 2 minutes ahead of Marcin Brazier of New Caledonia, and she was a couple of minutes ahead of Charlotte Robin, also of New Caledonia. NMI's Heather Brook finished 6th with a time of 1 hour and 20 minutes, just ahead of Robin Spaeth, also of the NMI, who came in at 1:28, and Kathy Rizala at 1:33. On the men's side, it was French territory. Tahiti's Benjamin Zorgnati finished the course in under an hour. He takes gold. Matthew Sazala-Macha of New Caledonia takes silver, and Patrick Vernet of New Caledonia takes bronze. NMI's Isaiah Alexenko came in at 1 hour and 15 minutes. Christian Villacrucis of the NMI came in at 1:23, and Leo Wania finished at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Triathlon team event scheduled to take place on Wednesday.
My doctor gave me the pills, so they must be safe, right?
If taken exactly as prescribed, short-term use can be safe, but painkillers have real risk. Misusing an opioid painkiller can cause serious harm, including addiction and death, and misuse can happen quite easily. Make sure you never mix them with alcohol, antidepressants, sedatives, or sleep aids. And if you are prescribed an opioid, you need to tell your doctor about any other drugs, including herbal supplements that you are taking. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
After a tough loss to Palau, the NMI Baseball team was back on the field today.
Northern Marianas squared off this afternoon against Fiji in baseball action, Tonko Field. Fiji brought a small team of just 14 players to the Marianas. Baseball, not a traditional sport there. Fiji started a right-hander, and he had a lot of trouble throwing strikes. 15 balls in a row to start off the game. He walked the bases loaded and then walked in a run. NMI would go on to score 7 runs in the first and then 4 in the second, 5 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. NMI started a slightly different lineup as team manager Manny Sablon, hoping to jumpstart the offense. Lamarque Guel played shortstop. Dennis Cabrera was in at second base. Tyrone Omar got the start in right. Tony Tenorio was in center, and he was batting leadoff. Juan Aguel in left field. Gerald Cabrera got the start behind the plate. Shane Yamada on the hill for the NMI. He would give up just 1 hit and 4 innings of work, mixing up a steady stream of fastballs and curveballs to the Fijians. Yamada normally plays infield and was sharp. NMI coming off a tough loss to Palau on Saturday night. They used their off day to practice on Sunday morning. Franco Nakamura came in to close out the game in the bottom of the 5th inning. NMI wanted to get him some work as he will be counted on to pitch and catch in the days ahead. Final score 17 for the NMI and 0 for Fiji. This game was decided by the 10-run rule, meaning after 5 innings the game was called. NMI goes to 2-1 with the victory today. And Guam will play Palau tomorrow night. If Palau wins, they will go to 4-0 and will be the 1 seed. And the NMI will presumably be the 2 seed going into the medal round. But that could change. If Guam beats Palau, you could have 3 teams that are 3-1, and the seeding could then be determined by a tiebreaker formula. NMI plays the Solomon Islands tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m., and then Guam plays Palau in primetime at 7 p.m. Sally Lemus with Coach Darren Flores.
Yes, Coach, please tell us about today's game. You guys
as I told the boys, we're going to just put behind the loss that on the second game and come in this game and pick up where we left off, and try to, get back on the winning track. And this is what happens, 17 runs. Shane pitched a hell of a game. Franco came out and closed it out, 1 hitter. The boys are going to get ready to play Solomon at 2 p.m. We're not going to take them lightly again. We're going to come in and score some runs. We want to try to end the round robin at 3-1. Right now we're seeded number 2. Palau's still on top, and us beating Guam head-to-head, we're still in the second seed. So, we'll be ready to come back tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then rest up on Wednesday, and the semifinals start on Thursday. Yeah.
Against the team Palau, since you're going to be playing playoff with Palau again, right?
More than likely, we'll see what happens. We're not going to count out Guam-Palau game. If Palau beats Guam, then automatic they be 4-0. Then we will 3-1 for Guam, but head-to-head we beat them 4-1. So we'll still be on top. But if Guam beats Palau, it would force the 3-1 seeding, and then more than likely we would have to go into a technical meeting to discuss on the format for the 3-1. If it's runs allowed ratio or runs given, or it's played out, but I'm not sure. It's not for me to decide. It's the tournament committee to decide that.
No matter what happens, how are you preparing for Palau?
Yeah, we want them. We want to play them. We know they're a good team, but I know my boys will show up to play.
What are the lessons that you learned during the last game with Palau? I know Palau rocked you big time, so what are the lessons that you need to take into account?
Yeah, our bats just got to come alive. Our defense is there, our pitching is flawless, our pitching is coming around, our defense is there. We just got to come out and swing the bat and manufacture runs, score runs. They're a great team. They're a great overall hitting team. They're a great defense. There's no, like I said, not coming in to underestimate any team. We're going to come in and we're going to be game ready.
What is the strength that you saw in Palau team?
What was that?
What is the strength that you saw in Palau that night?
No, Palau, they're disciplined. They're just disciplined. They're disciplined at the plate. They sit back and they pitch into a deep count, and they just put that bat on that ball, and that's what the same thing. What I've been telling the boys, we just got to put that bat on that ball, and good things will happen. We still got other pitchers that are ready to come out. I know, but we want to come out strong, and we want to come out and try to get to that driver's seat, which is the gold medal game.
Now we talk to a young player who is taking his game very seriously, but is also enjoying his time here on Saipan during the mini games.
So my name is Clement Maingai, and I'm from Vanuatu.
The 19-year-old says he found the inspiration to pick up the racket from his family.
Well, I think it's just my parents. Ever since I was little, maybe 3, 4 years old, they just put me to tennis because my dad and my mom used to play when they were younger. So I started pretty early, like maybe 3 years old, and then just been playing since then.
He just completed his first year of college on a tennis scholarship at Youngstown State University near Cleveland in Ohio.
Tennis brought me all the way from Vanuatu to the States and brought me to so many games. And
the game has given him a lot, he says.
It gave me everything that I have right now, like a lot of my friends, just a lot of people I met, a lot of memories, a lot of happy moments, sad moments as well, just all the travels. So it means a lot. It's been part of my whole life.
He played on the Oceania men's tennis team with the NMI's Colin Sinclair at the Davis Cup matches and has his sights set high for the Pacific mini games.
Just get gold. I get 3 medals at least, singles, doubles, teams event. And obviously singles, it's going to be very tough with Colin Sinclair, but I'm confident that I can do well. Winning is going to be tough, but maybe catch him on a bad day, or we never know. Anything can happen in tennis. So
anything can happen in tennis, and every team has its strengths, he says.
Every team has good players, I remember in Samoa, it was really tough. You play number 1, number 2 of every team, and it's always a battle. It's the games when you present your countries, there's a lot of pressure, and everyone's just out there batting their life out on the court.
This week, he says, there is some tough competition on the courts.
I think it's the toughest I've seen in all the games I've played, yeah.
Reporting for KSPN2 during the Pacific Mini Games, I'm Lanny Walker.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155. Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Thank you for watching another edition of our special Pacific Mini Games coverage. Athletics starts tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Good evening, Marianas.